Saudi-led coalition airstrikes haven't had much effect on the Houthi advance on Yemen's port city of Aden. Southern Yemeni militias are now fighting desperate street-to-street battles against the rebel fighters. We spoke to the Middle East analyst Nabell Khoury from the Rafiq Hariri Center on the Atlantic Council.
The intervention was a bit late in that some force should have been placed around Aden before the Houthis got to it. Now that the Houthis are inside, the fighting is simply too costly, too damaging to civilian life and infrastructure. And at this point, it may be a very difficult and costly thing to get the Houthis out of Aden. I think the Saudi goal is to show enough strength to drive the Houthis back to the bargaining table. The air campaign has achieved about all it can achieve right now, which is getting rid of strategic assets which the Houthis gained from the Yemeni army. At this point, it's very hard to pursue fighters on the ground with sophisticated jet fighters. So the only next logical thing in the war effort is for them to put people on the ground, and that wouldn't necessarily get the Houthis to surrender. I think the Saudi goals right now are unrealistic. They seek Houthi surrender, giving up their weapons, leaving Sana'a, all as a precondition to talking. That is not a realistic goal. I don't think the Houthis will do that anytime soon. Even though Iran is now quite vested in the Houthis in Yemen, I don't think Iran would risk a direct confrontation with Saudis simply because they know the Americans are behind them. The Iranians will try to assist as best they can. I think there has been a failure repeatedly by the Saudis and unfortunately by the US government as well. The conflict with the Houthis could have been mediated even before 2011. After 2011, as they started marching towards the capital, something could have been done then. But American diplomacy has been very inadequate in the last 5-6 years. And the Saudis are not really the ones to mediate since they have a vested interest in Yemen. But they have not been very helpful to the Qataris and Omanis who have wanted to try. I would say that there is always a chance for diplomacy. At this late stage in the game, the US government should be taking the lead in pushing mediation rather than in supporting the Saudi war effort further.